There's something in the Bible about the last days when the dead would rise from the grave. Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
The whole building is a huge superconductive antenna that was designed and built expressly for the purpose of pulling in and concentrating spiritual turbulence.
Something terrible is about to enter our world, and this building is obviously the door. They conducted rituals up on the roof. Bizarre rituals intended to bring about the end of the world, and now it looks like it may actually happen.
The city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Exactly. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of This Just In. Unfortunately tonight it is just me because Franz had some issues up where he lives. They had a tornado touchdown, which is absolutely unheard of. But the picture you see from your screen is the road he takes to get home. He lives out in the middle of the woods on a mountain. So this is his road headed home. And he sent me a few pictures. Let's see. This is one of the vehicles up there trying to help move the tree out. As you can see, the power lines are right down to the ground. And here you can see it broke the telephone pole right in half. You can actually see right here there's actually a chunk of the telephone pole broken out of the telephone pole. I don't even know how you do that, but that's pretty crazy. And it's got a transformer box on it, so very dangerous. So he's probably going to be out of power for a little while. So he can't make tonight's show. So just keep him in your prayers, and I'll be doing the show solo mission tonight. I think I got about an hour's worth of material roughly put together. So it's not going to be a super long show just because we're having a heat wave up here. And I gotta shut my bedroom door to do the show because the AC's on and it would drown out my voice. So yeah, I told you guys I was gonna talk to you a little bit about Trump last week, so I got some things pulled up, and I just kind of wanna. I like to cover this kind of stuff every once in a while because a lot of people who consider also love Trump. They follow Trump. They think God sent Trump. Now, this might not be everybody, but there's definitely a large portion of Christians think that God sent Trump to save America, not understanding that America is under judgment and about to be destroyed. But yeah, so I just wanted to cover what's going on with Trump. And I got the text. I built a screen. Oh, this is the wrong screen. Hold on, watch this. Boop. See that? So I made a stretched out version so we can keep the chat up on the screen and see the whole web page. So I did a new, I don't know what you'd call it, orientation for the show just for tonight, so we could have the chat on the screen. And now I just have to put it back up so I can see it. Alright, there we go. Trump needs money. Yeah, he does. So I just wanted to go through a few things and just show why Trump and Biden and Hunter are at the head of the pack. Because right now, for America, they are the biggest manipulation figures to be able to sway you from following God's way and get you to follow America's way. Okay, they want to get you involved with the politics. They want to get you involved with America worship. That's the whole point, is they just want to get you involved with this stuff. And they don't want you to think it's crooked, which is why Hunter was convicted right afterwards, but we'll get to that. So Trump campaign raises $53 million in the first 24 hours after guilty hush money verdict. Okay, so 53, that's 3 5s, 555, right? That's 666. 24 hours, that's 888. Okay, now I'm going to just show you these numbers popping up. So 52.8. So 2 5s. Okay, that's 55. That's the numerical value for Satan. And 8 is the portal in the first 24 hours. There's your 888. Okay, the staggering sum was contributed to the 77-year-old. So Trump is 77. That's 7/11. Okay, which is 9/11. Keep in mind, Trump's penthouse apartment is on the 66th floor. Even though his Trump Tower doesn't have 66 floors. Okay? I've covered this in other videos. His apartment is full of Apollo worship. Okay? Trump is imbued with the spirit of Apollo. That's who his God is, Apollo. So 77, that's 7/11, which is 9/11. For those of you who don't know, septa means 7. So September, the month we call number 9, is actually 7. The nominee's campaign through its online digital fundraising platform, the amounts to more than $2 million in donations. So it's recently come to my attention through the Spirit that the number 2 can represent 2 ones. So, which I knew that, but obviously 1 and 1 is 2, but I never really looked at it this way. So 2 ones can be 101. So we're just, my goodness, hold on a second, I gotta take a drink. People are really brainwashed, unfortunately. Yeah, it's sad. Look what he's doing here. Right? The old Illuminati. The old 666. So this momentum is just getting started together. As President Trump stated perfectly, Americans will render the real verdict November 5th, they added. Now, I didn't pull it up, but I guess I can right now real quick. So this movie, V for Vendetta, which is all about Antichrist, okay? The film, yeah, that's what I wanted. So, the guy who plays V is the same guy who played Agent Smith in The Matrix. Now, this character V, he wears this mask of Guy Fawkes. Now, Guy Fawkes is this mask here, I'm sure you're familiar with it. It is used by that hacking group, what are they called? Anonymous. Okay, now, in this movie, Guy Fawkes has tried to blow up the Parliament building by bringing explosives underneath on a train track. So, the saying in the movie, that this guy repeats is, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and such. For I see no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. So, this is all about the 5th of November. V is Roman numeral for 5. Okay? So this whole movie is all about the 5th of November. It's all about the Antichrist rising and him bringing people and getting the people to rise up against the government. Okay? Now, keep in mind, that's exactly what's happening between Trump fans and Biden fans. Okay? People are rising up against the government. And when is the election? November 5th, which is also 5/11. That's 55, which is the numerical value for Satan. Okay, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. Trump's team previously announced a guilty verdict to generate a record-shattering $34.8 million in small dollar donations between 6 p.m. and 11:59. Man, this weather is really getting in my throat. So here we have 34. That's 12, which is 66. 3 times 4 is 12. That's 6 and 6. Okay, that's Apollo's number. That would be 66, 611, flip it upside down, 911, Revelation. It's all Apollo's number. And then you have your portal, 8. 34 also happens to be the amount of felonies Trump was convicted of. So these donations, 34.8 came in between 6 and 11:59. That's 5 hours and 59 minutes. That's 55 Satan and 9 the number of the beast. Okay, this stuff is in here for a reason. All these numbers. Okay, look at people. They are absolutely fanatic. Trump or death. You see this? Okay, they're absolutely fanatic. Now, one thing I want to tell you. 34 felony accounts that stemmed from an encounter they say happened in 2006. So here you have another 2 6s, 66. And you have 34 felony counts. He was convicted of all of them. Now, what maybe you don't know is that DJT, Donald J. Trump, DJT, is also 34. And if you break the 4 into 2 2s, then you have 322 skull and bones. I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to show you, because this is exactly what's happening right here. Trump is also scheduled to be sentenced on 7/11. This is crazy, right? So, Trump is part of the wicked plan. He is just a tool of Satan. I mean, who does this? And he does this a lot. He also holds up his 2 hands as in the fives, like 5-5. So this man is truly wicked. So yeah, I told you about the DJT. Now, he posted a 13-second video on TikTok. 13, that's 58. 5 and 8 is 13. June 2nd, this happened. This is this article's posted. That's 66. You can see that he posted this TikTok Saturday night. 34 felonies. There's your skull and bones. 13-second clip. There's your 58. In under 24 hours, there's your triple eights. Trump's official account has more than 21 million followers. Okay? That's 1, 2. That's 12. 66. The video has garnered over 36 million. There's 3 sixes. 82,000 comments. There's 2 8s. 88. 116,000 saves. That's 66. And 2.3 million likes. That's 23. Can't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you guys. This is how the enemy speaks. President Joe Biden launched his campaign page on TikTok in February at Biden HQ, which has, they didn't even try to hide this, 336.2 thousand followers. Well, 33 times 2 is 66. Plus one more 6 is 6. You guessed it. 6. So, let's see. I just pulled a few of these up. I'm trying to just show things. So, in 2016, okay, 216. This is 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Trump disguised a 1358,000 hush money payment. Okay, each count is tied to different business records, including 11 checks paid to the former lawyer Michael Cohen, 11 invoices from Michael Cohen, and 12 entries in the ledgers. 23. This is a spell. This is not an event. This is not a court date. This is nothing but a demonic spell. And it's working. Right? Look. Oh, where is it? Look. It's working. This is what the spell does. Sorry, I keep wanting to flip. This is what happens to people when they're under the spell. Okay? This is the kind of flags they make. Trump or death.com. This is what it means to be under this spell. This is exactly why it's happening. Okay? And to legitimize all of it, they convicted Hunter Biden on 3 felonies of a federal gun trial, which is not even any of the real crimes. Like, what about the pictures of him with little girls? What about all the stuff with Burisma? What about all the underhanded stuff with China? What about the Biden crime syndicate? Right? This is a nothing charge. As you can see here, an exact sentencing date has not been set. He faces up to 25 prison, though first-time offenders do not get anywhere near the maximum, and it's unclear whether the judge would sentence him to any time before behind bars. So he won't do any time. Okay? But he was convicted of charges that stem from years ago, because they held on to this psyop until after Trump's conviction so they could have this conviction to further continue the psyop and split and divide everybody. I got a sacred geometry book for my birthday, and I had to flick through. It's got all the symbols they use. Yeah, it does. I can't wait to sit down and read it through. Even the warp speed cube thing was in there. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. Let me pull that up. Because warp speed logo COVID, right? I don't know. I just want to make sure I get the right warp speed. Here it is. Oh, it's not going to be very big. Yeah, so this cube has this symbolism, even with these two blocks on each side. This is the prison for Metatron. And look how they gave it a little tail like a Q, right? Yep. I mean, Trump is wicked. People have to understand that. Now, what I'm going to cover next, I gotta turn on the desktop audio so you guys can hear it. And then I want to put that back up there so I can see your comments. I've made videos talking about how Kamala's going to become president, okay? And she's going to stay president through the Wartime Powers Act. Russia's going to nuke New York. Biden's going to leave, right? This is all in Revelation 17. All of it. Revelation 17 and 18 tell all about the seven-headed dragon, which we can look at. Let's just look at it right now, just in case people aren't on this page with me. Because we always have people tune in. So let's just pull it up, and we'll look at it together. So this is how we know who the Antichrist is, right? First, there is a woman who rides the beast, okay? See, it says, I saw a woman sit on the scarlet beast, full of names of blasphemies, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So this woman is sitting on the 7-headed beast, and she is the mother of harlots, okay? Mystery Babylon. She is, this is also Kamala Harris. It's also New York City. So if we come down here, we see that the 7 heads are 7 mountains, okay? This refers to the 7 hills. Just like Rome had 7 hills, and as we learned in the Bible study, Laodicea had 7 hills. Well, Washington is a city of 7 hills as well, Washington, D.C. This is where she will rule from. She sits on the 7 mountains. See, the 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings. Now this is presidents. We call our kings presidents. And it starts at Reagan and goes to Obama. Those are the 5 that are falling. During John's revelation, this was during Trump's presidency. Okay? And Biden, who has not yet come, the other is not yet come, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So right there, it clearly tells us he's not going to finish his term. He's only going to continue a short space. He's not going to do a full term. Okay? Then the beast that was president and is not president, even he is the 8th and is of the 7. So one of these 7 is going to be the Antichrist. Now we know that is Obama. He is number 5 out of the ones that are fallen. It went Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama. He's number 5. Trump was number 6. Biden was number 7. Okay? So Obama is number 5 and 8. 58. This is the Antichrist number that we see everywhere. 58. Okay? So, this is what we're seeing. And then if you go to Revelation 18, it's all about the destruction of New York City, Mystery Babylon. Okay? I wonder if the ritual they do when the president is inaugurated is different for a female. That's actually a pretty good question. And I don't have an answer to that. So they're going to, so Kamala's going to come in, right? Because Biden only continues a short space. Then Kamala comes in, and she sits and has power from the 7 Hills, which is Washington, D.C. Then, it says this. Let's just read it. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. Remember, the lost tribes, there's 10 lost tribes. Okay? Which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Now, it says here, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore of Babylon. So they're going to hate Kamala. And they'll make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. So this is in reference to New York City. This is in reference to Kamala Harris, and to this prophecy, and America. Okay? This is a very, Revelation is a very multi-layered revelation. It's very layered. There's many depths to it. And the more you understand, the more will come out of it. You know? May you read it over and then you have one understanding. And then as you learn and understand more, you read it over again. Now you have 2 understandings. And then 3. And then 4. Okay? The Whore of Babylon is many things. It's Statue of Liberty, New York City, Kamala Harris, America. So, oh dear, why can't we just do what we're told? Yeah. Oh, thank you for posting that, Ali. Appreciate that. Yeah, that is the video I did on Kamala. If you haven't watched that video, you should watch it, because I got some amazing revelations from the Holy Spirit from that video. Yeah, it would have been good. Nice, right? That would have been ideal. So the reason I'm showing you guys all this is because I want to show you this. And I'm going to play you a couple video clips, which I don't usually do. But I think that these people said it just fine, and I want you to hear it. Okay, this is from a channel called Redacted. They're like a news, like a, I don't know what you'd call it, underground news, or, I think they used to do news, and then they just started up their own thing because they didn't like to play along by the rules. But anyways, I'm going to play about 3 minutes and 15 seconds of this. Oh, okay, you know who they are, yeah. Yeah, no, they're good. They come with the truth, and that's what we need. So check this out.
Well, get out your tin foil hat, folks. President Biden will step down in the next few weeks, making way for Democrats to replace him on the ticket before the November election. And it could happen a couple of different ways. These aren't my words. The chorus of Democrats calling for President Biden to step down is impossible now to ignore. And Democratic sources who don't want their names out there, of course, for fear of retribution, are quietly saying, yes, this is going to happen. Biden will step down. Why would he? He's mentally fit as a button. Yesterday, he was very clearly and articulately explaining how he was once professor at the University of Pennsylvania and claims he taught a constitutional law class on the Second Amendment.
Are so damn important. We need you. We need you to overcome the unrelenting opposition of the gun lobby, gun manufacturers, so many politicians when they oppose common sense gun legislation. I used to be when I was no longer the vice president, I became a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. Before that, I taught a constitutional law class, and so I taught the Second Amendment. There's never been a time that says you can own anything you want. You couldn't own a cannon during the Civil War.
Okay. Of course, none of that's true at all. And Democrats who are...
Well, he did have an appointment at UPenn.
He thinks he's a professor.
He didn't. Yeah, he was not a professor.
And he never taught a constitutional law class.
No, I don't.
Could you imagine him teaching a constitutional law class?
20 years ago, perhaps.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. I'm going to show you that in a second here.
And what it would have said is war. That's what it would have said.
Here's how to
Constitution wants war.
Here's how to not have constitutional rights, and we'll take them away from you. Meanwhile, Democrats who are meeting with him privately are frankly stunned at his mental decline. And the dementia is on full display, and it's actually really uncomfortable and embarrassing. And this is what they're saying behind closed doors, that they're having these meetings and they don't even know who they're talking to. I mean, it's that disastrous. Peter Doocy asked Corinne Jean-Pierre about this a few weeks ago as to the report on the special counsel and how he's mentally basically not fit. He's not even mentally fit to hold office. Who's actually running the country? Watch.
If the special counsel says President Biden's got significant limitations on his memory, then who is helping him run the country?
The President of the United States runs the country. The Commander-in-Chief runs the country.
How can he be trusted with the nuclear codes if I get that you're saying that nobody in the building would say that he's got an issue with his memory, but just a little part of what we get to see, he's made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake on camera this week.
So I'm going to be very clear here.
I'm glad she's going to be clear now.
The reality is that report, that part of the report, does not live in reality. It just doesn't.
But
Okay.
So that's just they just
my
made
reality is the reality that I'm telling you what your reality is.
Yeah.
So there you can see Biden is out. Okay? He's not going to finish his term, just like Revelation 17 said. And I know a lot of people like to think that Obama can't have a third term. Just understand the ridiculousness of that statement. We're talking about the Antichrist, who is filled with Satan, who has power over the whole earth in the end times, who can do whatever he wants. Who's going to stop him? Oh, the Constitution, da-da-da. Listen, the Constitution was created to get you away from your Bible and to put your faith in America for your salvation, for your freedom, for your life. And then they're going to take your Bible away and the Constitution away. So when Kamala comes in, one of her main objectives, one of her missions, is to remove the Constitution. And that's exactly what she's going to do. And you don't have to believe me. You can just watch it when it happens. So, very interestingly, Biden froze up on stage. But he had help getting off stage from an old friend. which is like a cameo showing you who's really in charge and who's coming back to guide old Joe. This is a channel called Mark Dice. He does he loves Trump, but as I said, lots of people do. But he covers a lot of what's going on in the news. He's like a news critic. And wait till you see what took place here.
Out of everything that the media could and should be reporting on in our complex and increasingly chaotic society, the lead story in all of the liberal media yesterday was them claiming that Republicans are spreading deceptively edited videos of old Joe from his big celebrity fundraiser over the weekend, which showed that, again, he got lost on stage, and this time Obama came to the rescue and had to literally take him by the hand and lead him away. And what are you going to believe, your lying eyes or what CNN and MSNBC tell you Joe Biden's doing?
There's a growing and insidious trend in right-wing media, broadcast, print, and social media. It is to take highly misleading and selectively edited videos of President Biden directly from Republican National Committee social media accounts, and then use those videos to spread messages virally to cast doubt on President Biden's fitness for office. Here is this headline from the New York Post, quote, Biden appears to freeze up, has to be led off stage by Obama.
Actually, I'm going to have to disagree with the New York Post's headline because there's no need for the word appears in there. Biden froze up, got lost, had to be rescued and led by the hand off stage by Obama. And as always, they are guilty of the very thing that they accuse Republicans of doing. They are spreading a deceptively edited video. This is their version, trying to show that everything's just fine. And it shows Biden freezing there and then cuts to the wide shot. And this is where Obama grabs him by the hand and then starts leading off stage. And then, oh, there we go. Okay, cuts back to the close-up. So they're saying that this is just totally normal. Joe Biden is as sharp as a tack.
So here's the reemergence of Obama. Here comes the downfall of Biden. Okay, they're making way for Kamala to come in so that she can sit on the 7 hills and rule and destroy the Constitution. That is her purpose, to weaken the nation. Now, I want to show you, we have been escalating the war with Russia, and I did a video. I've done a few videos. One of them is called Red Dawn. And I think that's probably the biggest one. It's the rise of Gog and Magog, and I did a 4-video series, Coming to America, where I talked about how Russia and China are going to come and make war in America. And this is what's happening. Like, Russia has set up shop in Cuba. Remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? Well, this is way worse. Way worse. And they are right in line with New York City. And very interestingly, I found this video here, which they're talking, a Russian state TV host laughed as they discuss firing nukes at New York City. Now, this is an older video, but now they are parked right where they could shoot these nukes at New York City, just like it says it will happen in Revelation 17. I'm just trying to show you guys this stuff is happening right now. It's happening right in front of our faces. I'll play this. It's only 2 minutes. But you'll have to read it because they speak Russian, unless you speak Russian. But I don't. But the bottom shows you what they're saying.
Город Нью-Йорк. Хороший город, но его не будет. Вообще. Одной ракеты, конечно. Совсем. От слова совсем. Американцев таких ракет нет и никогда не было. Чем привлекателен Южный полюс.
А мы сразу знаем, куда ее запускать, да?
Ну, конечно.
Через Южный полюс, через Северный.
Нет, ну, речь идет,
у нас только одна цель.
Нет, речь идет, конечно, о территории, континентальной территории Соединенных Штатов.
They're laughing. And look at that. The rocket's called Satan 2.
Ну так, на секунду. Эта ракета, если окажется там, где, в общем, она могла бы оказаться в худшем случае, способна уничтожить какого рода объекты, какие площади, территории?
Я вам так скажу, что если 7,5 мегатонн будет доставлено на территорию, как говорится, нашего партнера, то...
Тут слово партнер очень важно.
Да. То такие объекты, как город Нью-Йорк. Хороший город, но его не будет. Вообще.
Одной ракеты,
конечно.
Mystery Babylon, gone in
От слова
flames.
совсем. Вот. Поэтому лучше не надо.
Красивый
Американцы,
город.
кстати, всегда, они всегда боялись наших тяжелых ракет.
In 1 hour, the judgment will come upon the whore of Babylon.
Уникальное оружие будет укреплять боевой потенциал наших вооруженных сил. Надежно обеспечит безопасность России от внешних угроз и заставит задуматься тех, кто в полуоголтелой агрессивной риторике пытается угрожать нашей стране.
Город Нью-Йорк.
So, there you have Revelation 17 and Revelation 18 coming to order right in front of you. Now, they're trying to play this off. Thank you for posting those, Ali. Appreciate that, my friend. So, they're trying to show you what they're doing. This is all PSYOP. Now, look. They're all repeating the same thing. It's all part of a planned military drill. Russian warships arrive in Cuba to conduct military drills. It's all planned. Yeah, it's all just a drill, you guys. Nothing to see here. Don't even worry about it. Even though Putin is completely threatening NATO and us, and we are inside of Russia's territory with supporting Ukraine, escalating this war. So, but they want you to believe, hey, don't worry, it's just a drill. This is normal for Russia to go park 4 ships down in Cuba that are packed to the hilt with nuclear warheads. Well, not sure if you're paying attention, but the House passed a defense bill that will automatically register men 18 to 26 for the draft. Now, registering for the draft at 18 is nothing new. You're supposed to do it anyways under threat of, I don't know, what do they say? I don't even know if they talk about it here. Oh, failure to register is classified as felony and comes with a host of legal challenges. So when you turn 18, you're supposed to go get your draft card, fill it out, send it in. Okay, it's like operating on a trust. But now, the day you turn 18, you're automatically entered into the draft registry. Okay, there is no bowing out. There is no not signing up or sending it in, a couple months late or what. No, they're going to automatically put you in there. Or not you, but if you're this age, then that's what's happening. And I like how it's 18, which is 666, to 26, which is 66. Just amazing, these numbers. So, this is crazy. Just another day in Cuba, huh? Yeah, exactly. It's only a felony if you are a citizen. Those laws don't apply to living men and women, but they will force it on you. Yeah, they're actually talking about doing women as well. Let me see if they mention it here. I didn't really read this article. I just pulled it up for the headline because that's really all I need. But they want to draft women in the same age for what do you call it? For equity purposes, right? Now, I'm just going to say this out loud. I mean, I think that's exactly what they should do. I mean, the people growing up are completely brainwashed and don't see a difference between men and women. So if women want to be men, then let them go enter into the draft. That's just how I see it. Normally, if you had asked me 20 years ago before this craziness started happening, I would have had a different opinion. So I gotta show you guys something that I just came across. I'm always talking about, high-tech spiritual possession. I tell you about the number 237, which is in a gazillion movies. And 237 is 57, 57, right? 5G. This is the the high-tech cage of the beast, right? This is the enslavement. This is the prison. The 5G prison. It's the electric prison. So, I found this very, very interesting. So, there's this show called Lucifer. And here is a picture of hell. Okay, this is the Crystal City in hell. Here you can see in the middle of hell is a tower. On top of this tower, it's obviously a 5G tower. And if we look in the top of the tower, we see this is the character who plays Lucifer, sitting in a throne on top of this 5G tower. That's his throne, the 5G tower. This is crazy. When I saw this, I was like, no way. This is right in your face. Okay? If you ever had any doubt about any of the stuff I say about 5G, then you should not have any more doubt now. They're telling you that this is how Satan is going to control you. This is how he's going to rule over the earth with a 5G tower. Unbelievable. They're going to set something off inside us. Yeah, well, they're going to put the mark in us. People who have the medicine are already being affected. Okay, they're getting new cancers, they're getting heart disease, they're getting all kinds of stuff's happening to them. They're being possessed. They are in spiritual wickedness. And, you know, and when the mark comes, they're going to get right in line. If they're still alive, they'll be right in line. Because they have no discernment. They have nothing. And it's sad, but it's true. So, let me just show you, okay, we're teamed up. I got a weird thing to show you. But before I do, my ex is riddled with cancer, has been for given months to live. He had the jab and was fine before. Yeah, I can't even tell you how many people have gotten cancer since that medicine came out. And I only call it medicine to avoid the algos because they'll throttle me, but that's definitely not what it is. But so many, and I want to tell you guys this too. If they're putting it in everything, okay? Any like they're giving out, what is it? Shingles and RSV vaccines and stuff like that for elderly patients, okay? It's in all of it. If they're putting a jab into you, that's what's in it. They're going to call it this, they're going to call it that, but that is what's in it. It is not whatever they say it is. It is exactly what they were pumping into people and have been for the last few years. Okay? That's all they're going to pump into people from now on. That's it. They're going to relabel it. They're going to call it whatever they have to. Because people are going to be like, oh, I need that. Oh, I should get that. Oh, I'm going to need this. Oh, I need that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they're going to tell you, oh, you're sick. We just did this scan. You need to have this therapy. You need to have this. We got a new medicine that will help you clear that up. You're not even sick. They're going to lie to you to convince you you're sick and that you need this medicine. And then they're going to put it in you. And that's the end of it. So be wary. And this comes in pill forms too, you guys. Paxlovid is a pill form, but it is the V in a pill. So just be careful. This stuff, this is what's happening out there. You know? Yeah. Immunotherapies. This is something they're offering to cancer patients instead of chemo. Now they want you to take immunotherapy, which is the medicine. This is exactly what was in the movie I Am Legend that caused the zombie apocalypse. They gave people the cure for cancer. And it made everybody into zombies. So anyways, I want to show you guys a little something that I just learned, which I found very interesting. And then I'm going to show you something really weird that I had heard about a long time ago, but it just resurfaced in my mind. So I wanted to just talk to you for a second about NATO. This is who is starting the war with Russia. This is based in New York City, along with the World Economic Forum, along with like everything wicked and evil that runs the world, right? The mother of harlots who spreads her harlotry throughout the world. This is where these things live. So, oh, did you see the news clip that almost a mirror for the one in I Am Legend? I maybe did. Hey, what's up, Beans and Toast? I feel like I probably did. Yeah, I must have. I think I made a video about it, actually. But I don't know. It's been so many videos now. So, this is NATO. And look, they're even showing you Hey, you're supposed to look at the words backwards too, right? This is what I'm saying. They're giving away. They're telling you. This is what they do. OTAN, NATO, okay? Also called the North Atlantic Alliance, is an intergovernmental military alliance of 32 member states, which is 23. Okay? 23. If that's not weird enough, established in the aftermath of World War II, the organization implements the North Atlantic Treaty signed in Washington, D.C. on April 4th. That's 44. That's Obama. Right? Or you can look at it as 8, the portal. And 1949 is when NATO was formed. 1 plus 9 is 10. 4 plus 9 is 13. 10 and 13 is 23. See? And we just did that huge video on 23. This is the wickedness of the world. Okay? The alliance of NATO's response force deployments in Eastern Europe and combined militaries of NATO members include around 3.5 million soldiers and personnel. That's 555. Okay, that's 66. All members, that's 666, sorry, not 66. All member states together cover an area of 25.07 miles. This is 55. That's Satan. 7 is 322. 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. That's skull and bones. And about 966.88 million people. Look at that. They don't even hide this. 666.88. And around 55%. That's 55. That's Satan. Okay? Complete wickedness. And this 1949 just happens to be 75 years ago from this wicked year we're in. Well, that's 57. That's 5G. So, very crazy what's happening here. Now, I want to show you this flag because I did something on this before too. But there is a symbol hidden inside of this symbol. And I am going to show you what it is. You can see here, I have done something in yellow. This is a swastika. Okay? This is a Nazi symbol hidden inside the NATO flag. Make no mistake about it, it's in there. And it's in there on purpose. Okay? Because NATO is the Nazis. America is the Nazis. Germany, the Nazis didn't lose the war. Okay? They came to America. America, you guys got to understand something. This whole world is against God. Which means they're all on the same team. Trying to destroy the world before God's people can have it. Because they're of the mind, if we can't have it, no one can have it. So they want to destroy and control God's people and the world. Because if you can control the world, and you can take over all the branches of government, education, you can teach them. That Just imagine the benefits that come from being able to teach your enemy. You teach them the history you want, you teach them what you want, and you teach them how it's Darwinism and evolution, and you lead them away from God, and you destroy them spiritually while you're destroying the world. This is who we're dealing with here. Okay, these people are truly, truly, truly wicked. Now, to end the show, I'm going to switch over to a lighter topic. Okay? Not sure if you guys have ever heard of the Flesh Pit National Park. You know, I won't be surprised if you haven't. I won't be surprised if you have. But when I'm always talking about Nephilim and giants being buried under the earth, you know, this is exactly the kind of stuff you would expect to be real. Now, there is a big uprising against this. They have all kinds of sites that speak out about how it is fake. All right? But I just want you to scroll through this with me a little bit, and you can tell me what you think. And this is Wikipedia. All right? But understand, see all these little numbers? Okay? This is all sourced information. Okay? So when people are like, "Oh, Wikipedia, da da da," well, if it's sourced, then that means they're giving you quotes from other places. So I just want to throw that out there. But anyways, the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park is an online speculative evolution of alternate history project created by artist Trevor Roberts, consisting of text fiction and photo manipulation. The product revolves around the fictional Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, said to be a United States national park dedicated in the 1980s. The eponymous pit is depicted as a massive subterranean organism, erroneously referred to as a superorganism of unfathomable size and mysterious anatomy, discovered during the mid-1970s near the fictional town of Gumption, Texas. A major event in the project's timeline is catastrophic natural and artificial disaster in 2007, resulting in permanent closure of the park to the public. Thus, the frame story of the project is that it is a historical retrospective of the park by an amateur enthusiast. Okay, so they're trying to convince you. Now, I don't know if this is real. That's not my point here. My point here is that this could be real. Okay? There's nothing outlandish about this being real, especially when you understand that there are giants that were the size of 40 Empire State Buildings on top of each other. Okay? We're talking 4,500 foot. In the book of Enoch, it says there were 3,000 ells. That's 4,500 feet. That's almost a mile high. Okay? In the Bible, it says we were grasshoppers in the sight of them. Okay? So if these things were underground, dead, why couldn't there be a flesh pit in the ground? That's all I'm trying to say. But they really go to town at trying to make this thing appear fake. But here's the kicker. If we come down here and read a little more, In the 1970s, the crew of a drilling rig in West Texas stumbled on the crater outside the fictional town of Gumption. Like they keep saying, fictional town. Drilling operations within and around this crater do not turn up potable water or oil, but instead uncover blood and flesh. Exploration of the site reveals it to be an enormous subterranean animal known as the Permian Basin superorganism. The crater was soon commercialized by Anodyne Deep Earth Mining as a tourist destination until the location was annexed by the National Park Service and renamed the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park. The park operated for about 30 years before being shut down due to the events of the 4th of July in 2007. Okay? 47. You ever wonder why we celebrate on the 4th of July? 47. That's another number for spiritual possession, like 23. Okay? During the evening celebrations, unseasonably rainy weather and electrical fault causes the PBSOs to swallow the structures inside the park, then vomit. The incident was said to have taken the lives of over 750 people. So now there's 750 people who supposedly died at this fake thing. But it gets even weirder. The PBSO is home to a wide variety of geobiological structures that were popular hiking destinations during the park's tenure. Examples include a bronchial forest, or the lungs, the gastric seas, or the digestive areas, the throat of the organism, and more exotic organs such as the ballast pods, which contained a potent aphrodisiac and were operated by the park as a hot springs. A troglobitic ecosystem of organisms live inside the PBSO, having been completely cut off from the rest of the world. The major of the park's fauna include arthropods, echinoderms, mollusks, whatever this says, cnidarians, worms, and several vertebrate species. The amount of original marine organisms in the PBSO suggests that the superorganism once lived in the ocean earlier on in its life cycle. Examples of some of the so-called inner pit fauna include. Now, before I read what's in there, just understand, like, we have microorganisms living in us. There are parasites that would be in us. And these things went through the flood. Now, if one of these went through the flood, right? This giant organism was in the flood, it would have seafood and sea creatures in its system because they were either A, eating it, went into its mouth, ate them, they swam in there after it was dead, whatever, and then when all the sediments settled, it buried this thing at a layer that preserved its state, because salt water preserves. I'm just throwing this stuff out there because this is what I think of. Okay? I don't think that anything is impossible. So we got an abyssal copeopod, or copepod, a large arachnid-like arthropod that could grow to over 6 meters, 20 feet, and possess human-like hands and arms. So now we're talking about creatures that were found inside this thing that aren't found anywhere else. Okay, this is a giant creature This is a giant creature, a gigantopede, an enormous anthropleurodon myriapod that had evolved a carnivorous diet. So it's probably surviving on the inside by eating this thing. A gasp owl, an avian-like vertebrate that convergently evolved a lifestyle similar to insects like mayflies and cicadas. Amorphous shame, a highly derived relative of weasels that lost most of its skin, eyes, and other organs. So that's what happens to animals that are in caves. They don't need eyesight. They live in blackness, right? They have thin skin. They're just much different than other kinds of animals. Macrobacteria, a diverse collection of several species and subspecies of terrestrial encoderms of various sizes, with some living a highly social lifestyle. Mesoglial tridocapods, a unique species of arthropod that help filter out harmful parasites from the park's arteries and blood vessels. So we have stuff like this. We call it good bacteria, right? This is why you eat yogurt, to put this bacteria in your stomach that helps break down foods. And okay, this stuff could be found in us. But remember, giants are wickedness. So the things that would be in them would be darkness. Don't forget they also ate people. So, you know what I'm saying? There could have been some crazy stuff going on in there. Venus shambo, a unique species of cephalopod that has dozens of long tendril-like arms. So that would be like, what is that thing called? The Hydra, right? The most bizarre example of fauna in the PBSO are the compound surface fauna, which are anatomical amalgamations of surface animals, deers, coyotes, etc., and humans that became fused together because of the bizarre phenomenon occurring within the park. Okay, just hear this. This is a chimera, okay? And if you look in the old Egyptians, you always see humans with the head of a bird or a dog, okay? Or you see sphinxes or griffins, or, okay, there's always these chimeras that are taking place. This is exactly what's being talked of. So it wouldn't be hard to believe that this thing would have ate chimeras as well. So just wanted to throw this out there as like an end of the show twist. They have dedicated, like they actually made a mystery flesh pit nationalpark.com, which tells you this is all fake. It's all stories. You know, and this page here, this guy's like, I can't believe people believe it. Da, 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 da. Here, I'll just read you this this paragraph. Let's start the strange tale from the beginning. In 2019, artist Trevor Roberts, Strange Vehicles on Reddit, created Mystery Flesh Pit National Park tourism poster. The poster depicts a cavern full of strange red substance. The park's eponymous mystery flesh. One would assume Roberts shared his poster design in world-building subreddit, a community where creatives can discuss fictional worlds they create. As Robert explained to Snopes, he never intended for people to think the park was real. All right, but he just makes these brochures. Right? But then all of a sudden, like 750 people are dying, and all these unique creatures are being found. And I'm just saying, do I know it's real? I don't know. No, I don't. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I could see it happening, and then I could also see that once it starts taking off that they want to shut it down because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know, right? It's a mystery flesh pit, but once people start associating with giants, that means that giants are real. And if giants are real, that means that Genesis 6 is real. And if Genesis 6 is real, well, then people might just start reading the Bible. And that is not what they want. So, could be real, might not be real. I remember looking into this a while back. I thought it was absolutely disgusting and crazy, so I looked into it. But yeah, pretty crazy, man. Just an interesting thing, like, definitely out there. Park is alive. I think Roger Spur says it's real. Yeah, I believe. My personal opinion, I think it's real. That's my personal opinion. And when you start looking into it, like, let me see. Like, all these sites are everything is about how fake it is. Like, the more you search it out, the more there's going to be article after article after article after article. It's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. They really want you to think it's fake. And 9 times out of 10, when you see this kind of stuff, that usually means it's real. So just wanted to throw that out there. Take it as you want. But my personal opinion, I think it's real. And I think now they're trying to cover it up. Right? This is the time. Remember, Bible says that in the last days, right, knowledge will be poured out, like the things that were hidden will come out into the light. Right? But that doesn't mean that the powers that be aren't going to try to rehide them or to keep them in the dark or to turn the light off where there's one shining on something. Right? But there's all this new information and new things are coming into light, and so could this be one of those things? Well, I mean, I don't live in Texas, so I may never know, but I believe that it is. Thank you, James. I've learned that if they are desperate for me to believe something, I should look in the opposite direction. Yeah, yep. That's a good what do you call it? That's a good MO, modus operandi. Yeah, at least to look, start looking, paying attention a little closer for sure. Because this world isn't what we were taught it is. Like, the earth isn't what we think it is. It's nothing like we were taught. The earth is it's alive. It's an entity, just like heaven is an entity. There are entities like angels, like us. They have feelings and thoughts. They grow. They grow old. They die. The earth is growing old. It can't support the kind of life it used to support. These things are all in Esdras and throughout the Bible. But yeah, so that's what I got for you guys today. Oh, you guys are welcome. Appreciate you guys showing up. Once again, just keep your prayers out there for Franz. Hopefully they get some power. At least it's not winter and they're gonna. Oh well, he has a wood stove, but but you don't want your fridge to be out, right? Because then all your food will spoil, and so yeah, just keep him lifted up in prayers. And hopefully he'll get situated and back up and running within the next day or two. But that power line was completely destroyed. So that's going to take some work. And, he lives on a mountain. So not the easiest place for big rigs and stuff to get to. If I was driving a big rig down that road, I would be nervous. Because there's some sharp corners on the edge of cliffs. Or some at least very steep ledges. And so, yeah, a little sketchy. Any prayers you make for others are priceless. No one can buy or make another's prayers for you. Very special things, I believe. Yeah. The power of prayer is immense. So, yeah, just lift him up in prayer. And pay attention to what's going on in the world, because things are moving quick. We're watching Revelation prophecies unfold right before our eyes. And this is amazing. And I just want to say, if this doesn't show you that Revelation is not a book that goes in order, okay? It's not first chapter 5 happens, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, 11, 12. No, that's not how it works at all. It's a layered revelation. It's a mystery wrapped up in a mystery. Revelation 17 is happening right now. But Revelation 13, the mark of the beast, doesn't happen till the Antichrist comes. So just keep that in mind. It's important not to put your mind in one hardcore position that, Revelation goes in numerical order and da-da-da-da-da. No, some things in Revelation go in order, but some things are parallels. Okay, some of these things are happening while the other things are happening. And we have to keep an open mind and listen to the Spirit in order to understand and to piece it together in our hearts and minds and in our spirits. Because if you think that it goes in order, you're going to miss out on a lot. And so just keep that in mind. Because Revelation 13 definitely becomes after Revelation 17. So there's no denying that. No denying it whatsoever. So it gets stacked sometimes. So just wanted to throw that out there. Because I'm sure someone in the comments later on is going to be like, how can that be happening? We're not even at, the mark hasn't even come, and the pit hasn't even opened up, and that's the kind of problems that can come with thinking that it goes in numerical order, is that you won't be able to accept the truth of the scriptures. So just keep an open mind and be led by the Spirit always. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. And that is the show. Franz will be back next week. And we were kind of having not a laugh, but yeah, he said a tornado touchdown. Let me see what he said. He said a tornado touched down a half a mile from his house. which is unheard of here. We don't get tornadoes. Like, there was one in, like, I don't know, 2000 or the late 90s maybe, which was pretty bad. You could see, like, where it went through the forest. There was, like, a trail of downed trees. We get those downspout things, that those gusts that knock over trees, but that's about it. But yeah, he said a tornado, and I said, you know, it always happens on a Wednesday, because we're always talking about how it's always thunderstorming, always raining on Wednesdays, and sure enough, you know, Satan, he doesn't want us to bring this stuff forward. He doesn't want us to do these shows, you know. But we'll keep coming. We'll keep doing them. Until God tells me to stop, I will be here. Hey, God bless you guys too. Thank you, Harold and Catherine. Thank you all for showing up. Appreciate all of you. Always a joy to come on here and fellowship with you guys. And yeah, I hope I was able to show you guys, you know, some new stuff, and maybe make you think about stuff in new ways. And you know, just watch the world, study your Bible, because this stuff is it's unfolding. Scripture's unfolding. But at that, I am going to cut this episode and call it a night, because I do have to go to work and my room is getting warm, so I want to get back into the AC. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. That's right. Don't exalt yourself. Allow the Lord to do the exalting. All right, you guys. God bless all of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for the conversations and the interactions. It was really fun. And, you know, I miss having Franz here, but I did enjoy communicating with all of you guys. That was pretty good. You know, so definitely, late. Yeah, Brittany, I'm just ending the show. But you can watch it again. It will be up in a minute. As soon as I end it and it's processed. So yeah, God bless you guys, and I will be back Saturday night with Revelation. I think we're on part 8, which will be doing chapter 5. God bless you guys. Take care out there. And, yeah, stay vigilant. All right? Love you guys. Good night.